expensive yearling, and last preparation we finally started to see the best of him.
Well, I think he's come back in great order, this horse. He's trialled particularly well. They're just trying to keep that little bit of freshness in his legs to see if he can run well over this trip. But I think he can play a role somewhere in a carnival, this horse. And I think a nice forward showing, finishing the first 4 or 5 here and hitting the line will be a bonus for him. He looks really healthy.
Well, the VRC Crown Oaks winner, number 4, Kiramosa, having its second run this preparation.
Yeah, look, she's obviously a mare that really stepped up last time to win the Oaks. Her first up run in the Missile was a crackerjack. Now, they're drawing out of the track, and she just had to wait for a second up run. It's been 5 weeks. Whether she'll sprint as well second up, I doubt it. But you got to remember, like last preparation, she got beat a length and a quarter behind Champagne Kath in the Regional Allen. She got beat a nose behind Best Case at the mile. She'll run well with 53.5 on her back.
Number 5, Bull Point, the really talented son of Fastnet Rock. He's second up from his spell. His first up run was sensational.
It was outstanding. Outstanding. He never travelled, and yet he hit the line. Corey Brown back in town. 53 kilos, this fella. And interesting where he'll get to from the run. But I reckon he's back in good order. Today might be his chance to really stand up.
We welcome a Queenslander, number 6 here in Jet Set Lad.
Well, he looks to be the leader in the race. He got plenty of ability. Brian Smith and Allen, 53 on his back. Just whether he's got the quality against this opposition, but he'll give them something to chase.
Well, number 7, Tougher Than Ever. He, of course, would have been disappointed that the track has dried out. He was really relishing the rain-affected going.
He's put Jeff Floyd on board. I think Jeff Floyd will give this bloke a what's for if he wants to, because he can be very lackadaisical, very lazy and ungenuine the last 50 or so metres. He gets the right run. He'll run a cheeky race.
And down to 53 kilos after last start with 57 in an easier grade. Number 8 here is Cluster.
And he's drawn a better barrier. He's got better footing under him this afternoon. He looks great. He was on the toe. He was a little bit of a handful to get Timmy Clark back on board. But he's relaxed now, head down. He's a very nice horse, and it's a big step today because a lot of them say, right, are we going towards the Epsom or are we looking for another option?
All set. They're off, and Laserhawk a little bit slowly out. Jet Set Lad landed in front for a stride, but now Tougher Than Ever and Ninth Legion have run through to head it. So Tougher Than Ever led from Ninth Legion, Jet Set Lad a little bit deep now, followed by in behind them Laserhawk, who after missing the start, starting to circle, and then came Zephyron Kiramosa. Clusters ended up a fair way back, and Bull Point's behind him. So going up to the 1,000 metres, and it's Tougher Than Ever in front. Laserhawk works up to second, Ninth Legion third. Then a couple of lengths to Jet Set Lad. He looks to be out 3 wide on a limb. Kiramosa next, followed by Zephyron, and Clusters awkwardly placed on the rail, and Bull Point's on the outside, keeping him in there. It's Tougher Than Ever clear with about 700 to go. Leads by a length and a half on Laserhawk and Ninth Legion. Jet Set Lad's never been on the track. Zephyron in the middle, followed by Kiramosa, and then Bull Point starting to edge up, and Cluster's been left at the back on his own now as they turn for home. Into the straight, little over 400 to run. Tougher Than Ever led Ninth Legion, tracking it into the straight. Then further back we've got Bull Point starting to run on down the outside. He's making up ground, and Zephyron's down here at the inside. It's Tougher Than Ever, and Ninth Legion fighting it out. Ninth Legion has now gone to the lead. Cluster is starting to wind up. He's putting in the big ones now. Cluster, he ranges up with Bull Point. They go together. Cluster on the outside is doing the better. Cluster goes on to beat Bull Point and Ninth Legion. Then Jet Set Lad, Kiramosa, Zephyron, followed by Tougher Than Ever. And Laserhawk, after doing some early work, got tired and finished a clear last.
These two horses are going to play plenty of a big role over the Spring Carnival. But number 8, Cluster, nothing went right. He got pushed back in behind him, Timmy Clark, but he's a good horse, this fella, by Fastnet Rock. Number 8, Cluster, 5, Bull Point. He looked like he was going to have his work cut out to get past Ninth Legion. He got past him, but Cluster blew down the outside and got both of them. 8, 5, 2 and 6, but the first two over the line, Richo, they're in for a big spring.
Oh, they're both super colts, both by Fastnet Rock. Cluster comes over the top of Bull Point. Maybe the fact that Cluster had the 3 runs this prep before today, whereas Bull Point only had the 1. It was advantage today, Cluster, but maybe when they get to their ultimate grand final, it might be the other way around. The tactics, Kathy, were absolutely fascinating. When you watch the race, you and I are watching it together. Corey Brown on Bull Point had Timmy Clark in a pocket, and he was determined not to let him out.
Yeah, certainly Tim made the right decision, just not even trying to persist with that and coming to the outside of him and getting on the back of him. But you know, that was certainly a test for these two. If they couldn't make ground from where they were, then nothing will all day. But he's done a big job clustering, you know, to get over the top of them. It's not like he's an easy horse to get past Bull Point, and he's done a fantastic job.
It's a great point you make, the fact that Tim Clark conceded that he wasn't going to get up on the inside of Bull Point and Corey Brown. He said, I'll go back and go around him. I'm good enough. And he certainly is, Rich. He's good enough, and Pete Snowden will be ecstatic with that.
Well, Peter's